Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Pocket with Triumphant Light less than a day away. I want to talk about why I personally am not going to be using any Hourglasses on this set and go through some of the math on why you might want to do the same. But to go with the hype of a new set, we are going to do a $50 giveaway in this one. For the giveaway, just include the word light in your comment. I was going to try to say triumphant, but I can't even spell that word. So just put light in your comment somewhere, L-I-G-H-T, and you'll go into the draw. I'll announce winners in the community post. All my previous giveaway winners have been announced in community posts as well. But let's talk about why you might want to be saving your Hourglasses. But before we get into it, guys, I do have to give Go-Go Muffin a massive shout out for sponsoring this video. And if you do like what you see, you can download and play the game using the link in the description below. So what is a Go-Go Muffin? This is where an MMO meets an idle game. I know it sounds like a strange mix, but the great thing about this one is you can get all those awesome MMO features like playing as different class, serving your roles, healing, tanking, DPS, and upgrading skill trees and progression. However, because it is an idle style game, you can do it all a bit more AFK with AFK loot. If your friends in your party are online while you're not, they can help your team progress. So it gives you all those wonderful MMO feelings, but without the time commitment that's normally required. Now, just like in any MMO, the first thing you have to decide is what class you're going to play. So let's take a look at the classes inside Go-Go Muffin. First off, we have the Sword Bearer. Now, this is your sword wielding warrior character who's going to deal a bunch of physical melee damage. However, as you upgrade this character, you will be able to convert into a tank. Next up is the Acolyte. Now, this is what I refer to as the priest of the game. This is going to be our healing class that can keep your teammates alive in these boss battles. However, if you're not healing inclined, you can eventually spec into a DPS build so that you can deal some damage as well. And then finally, we have three pure DPS classes. The first of which is the Wayfarer, which is your archer. This is my personal favorite, as I always love playing with a bow and arrow in every MMO that I play. Next up, we have the Scholar, which is going to be your mage type class, using differing forms of magic damage to destroy your enemies. And finally, we have the Shadow Lash. Now, this is your rogue style character. You're going to be playing that sneaky type close-up combat to go ahead and obliterate your enemies. So now that you've chosen your class, it's as simple as downloading the game with my link in the description below, teaming up with your friends and taking on some of these massive bosses and getting that awesome loot. And once again, a massive shout out goes to Go-Go Muffin for sponsoring this video. Okay, so the big reason I am personally going to be saving the Hourglasses on my free-to-play account. On my spender account, I always do it. And it depends on the player you are. If you're someone who wants to play in tournaments and stuff, then obviously you're going to be using your Hourglasses. But this is more for the more casual player who's just in it for some fun, collecting cards and stuff like that. Because this set, if we go, first of all, I think the set is probably going to be very similar. We'll know, in less than a day exactly how many, but it's going to be a mini set kind of like Mythical Island. Now, if we go over here, to the best of our knowledge, this set is going to be the only set we have for 2 months. Obviously, we've got Space Time Smackdown, which was 2 packs and lasted 1 month. Now we've got 1 pack, which is going to last 2 months. Now, we are getting a ranked mode, which is I'm really excited about, probably halfway through that. So I think the ranked mode is what they're going to use to keep engagement up instead of a new set, which I am super looking forward to, because as you guys probably saw on the channel, after about 2 weeks of Space Time, I sort of fell off a bit because, it loses the buzz. I know I could just play a bunch of random decks, but I didn't really enjoy that. Whereas when we have ranked, now we can start doing budget decks to go ahead and rank with. So I'm super looking forward to ranked. Anyway, I digress. We're going to have 2 months of 1 pack, which has Jack all, not Jack all, but just a lot less in it than some of the major packs that we have. So I went ahead and used my calculator from Mythical Island and made some adjustments. Now, I'll leave a copy of this in the description and pinned comment, so you can jump in here and play around with it if you want. Basically, what I've done here is worked out how many days. It's roughly, we're going to call it 2 months, roughly 60 days. You get 2 free packs per day, which gives you 120 packs. Now, if you're going to use more packs than that, you can adjust this number to say 300. Let's say you're using that many, and it will give you your odds down here in this column of the average of how many of each type of card you should be getting. But once again, because we are gonna not do that, we're gonna leave it as the calculator. So this tile just multiplies days times 2 free packs, and that gives you it. But once again, if you're going to use some of your Hourglasses, you can just manually adjust this number. To do that, you will have to file and make a copy so that you can edit it, because the one I have in the description won't be editable. you won't be able to edit it. So basically what we're looking at here is you get 123 packs throughout this set. You have 600 points by the time you do those 120 packs. So if you don't do any hourglasses through this set, but you log in every day and do your 2 free packs, on average, roughly, so basically I just worked out these, the card 4-5 odds, worked it out as a decimal value, then multiplied this by the amount of packs that you're going to open. So you've got like a 24% chance of seeing a crown rare. I'm assuming we'll have a crown rare. 1.33%, sorry, you should get 1.3 immersive, so you should at least get 1 immersive. Once again, this is just average odds. RNG is always a thing. You could be luckier, you could get less lucky. 2 stars probably average out to about 3. EXs average out to close to 10 EXs from that many, and then 3 diamond cards close to about 30. So if we look at it, and I'm guessing it's only going to have 5 EX cards in it, you know, you're going to get around 10. Now, obviously, that would be playset of all of them in an ideal world, but you know, you might not get that. So you might get like 5 copies of one, which would absolutely suck. But just that's the kind of numbers you're looking at on average getting throughout the set without using any hourglasses. Now, when we look at hourglasses that you'll obtain, you're going to get 240 hourglasses in the 60 days just from doing your dailies, because you get 4 every day. Times 60 days, that gives you 240, which is 20 extra packs. Then the other things you got to add in here, which I haven't included because I don't know the exact values yet. You know, the new solo missions, you know, you're going to get more for that. If you level up, you're going to get more for that. The login event, that was exclusive to Mythical Island, so I've just deleted that. Events, we always get a ton of hourglasses from events as well. So you could probably be up around at least 500 hourglasses, I'd say, if we include all these things, by the time this set ends. And then you got 500 hourglasses that you can then go ahead and burn to get yourself a ton of packs on the next major set that we get. That is the way I am thinking. That is the way I am going to go about it personally. The other big thing, I don't know if I mentioned it already, I probably did, but I'm a bit scatterbrained at the moment, is trading will extend to Space-Time Smackdown. This is a very big result, because that means that at the moment it kind of sucks, but for the month of Space-Time Smackdown, a lot of people probably use some hourglasses through this set as well. Now you can get those pieces that you're missing. My free-to-play account, I opened Dialga every day, every pack. I used a ton of hourglasses. I still don't have a single Darkrai EX. Now I am going to be able to trade and get these things. But obviously trading is still a bit stiff. They're giving us a little bit more income for it, but it's still pretty crap. They have said they're going to address it, so hopefully they do something with it. But just note that now we do have, like, this whole idea of using hourglasses may have been different for me if trading wasn't coming to Space-Time Smackdown. But the fact that it is, and hopefully they do improve trading, this is going to make it easier to get some of those Space-Time Smackdown cards. So in these 60 days, really all you're really trying to focus on is getting the cards from the new pack, which is looking like having probably 5 EXs, unless it turns out to be like a mega pack with a ton. But I'm definitely expecting this to be a lot like the Mythical Island set, where you don't have too much. So I think for the fact that we have 2 months of this mini set, me personally, I'm going to save. Once again, it is completely up to you, but I just think you're going to get on average, you're going to get a fair amount of cards throughout this set along the way. Now, once again, the only difference is if you're a real sweaty meta player and you're trying to compete in tournaments, well, you know, then you just got to do what you got to do. But once again, if you are going to do that, I would wait and see how the meta does pan out, and see if there are some of the older decks that you can still compete with, you know, if you're trying to play on a budget and stuff like that. But anyway, that is a look at it. Once again, less than 24 hours until this set comes out. Really excited. I always love the new set, the build up for it. This one's kind of cool. I love it how they made Arceus like the theme. Some people don't like it that I've spoken to. I think it's kind of cool in that, you know, if there is like a big Pokemon, a big, like, you know, star Pokemon, having some things work around it would be is nice. But also the one downside is it does make the Pokemon who have effects with that Pokemon kind of feel like stiffed, in that they can't play outside of that play. So we'll have to see how the decks evolve. But anyway, guys, that is everything I wanted to go through in this one. Once again, include in your comment the word light and you'll go into the draw for the giveaway. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.